Did you know that about 47% of our waking hours are spent with our minds wandering? That means nearly half the time, we're not fully present in our own lives. This constant distraction can lead to stress, anxiety, and a feeling of disconnection. Shocking, right? Many people turn to mindfulness, hoping for a quick fix to calm their busy minds. But here's the truth: mindfulness isn't just a one-time solution. It's a skill that needs practice, just like learning to play an instrument or a sport. In fact, studies show that regular mindfulness practice can help reduce anxiety by up to 58% and improve focus and emotional well-being. In this video, we'll explore why mindfulness isn't something you can master overnight. We'll dive into practical strategies that can help you make mindfulness a part of your daily life. From bringing awareness into everyday tasks to connecting your body and mind, you'll learn how to stick with your practice, even when life gets messy. So, if you're ready to discover how to turn mindfulness into a lifelong journey rather than a quick fix, stay tuned. You won't want to miss this. Chapter 1: The Myth of Instant Zen. Why mindfulness isn't a one-time fix. Mindfulness is often sold as a magic solution, a quick way to feel calm and centered. But here's the truth: it's not a one-time fix. Just like getting fit requires more than one trip to the gym, mindfulness takes regular practice. Many people expect instant results and feel discouraged when they don't happen. But mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. Jon Kabat-Zinn, a pioneer in mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, reminds us that you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. That's what mindfulness is about: learning to manage life's ups and downs, not eliminating them. In fact, research shows that sustained mindfulness practice can literally change your brain. A Harvard study found that people who practiced mindfulness for just 8 weeks experienced changes in brain areas linked to memory, empathy, and stress regulation. But those changes didn't happen overnight. The benefits come from sticking with it. A good way to start is by setting realistic expectations. Instead of aiming for instant Zen, try focusing on small, achievable goals. Start with 5 minutes a day. Consistency matters more than duration. It's better to meditate for a few minutes every day than for an hour once a month. This shifts mindfulness from being a task to a habit, making it easier to stick with over time. Chapter 2: Rewiring your brain. How small habits build lasting mindfulness. Here's something fascinating: your brain is wired to change through practice. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, means that the more we practice mindfulness, the more natural it becomes. It's like learning a language or a new skill: the more you do it, the better your brain gets at it. A study from UCLA found that long-term meditators had more gray matter in regions of the brain associated with emotional regulation. But here's the kicker: these benefits come from regular, small efforts, not giant leaps. It's not about meditating for hours on end. It's about building a daily habit, even if it's just 5 minutes. One effective strategy is to stack mindfulness on top of existing habits. For example, while you're waiting for your coffee to brew, take a few mindful breaths. Or practice mindfulness while brushing your teeth. This makes it easier to integrate mindfulness into your day without feeling like you're adding something extra to your to-do list. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says it best: you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Instead of relying on motivation, build a system where mindfulness becomes automatic. The key is consistency, not perfection. Chapter 3: The Power of Boredom. Using stillness to deepen mindfulness. In our fast-paced world, boredom is often seen as something to avoid. But what if boredom is actually your friend? Stillness and boredom can be gateways to deeper mindfulness. It's in those quiet moments that you really start to notice your thoughts and emotions without reacting to them. Studies suggest that allowing yourself to experience boredom boosts creativity and problem-solving. The mind, when not distracted, begins to explore new ideas and thoughts. By embracing boredom, you give yourself the space to observe the mind's natural restlessness, which is key to mindfulness. One powerful practice is the do-nothing technique. This involves sitting quietly with no intention of meditating or being productive, just being. It sounds simple, but it can be surprisingly hard in a world filled with constant stimulation. However, this practice can help you become more comfortable with stillness, making mindfulness more accessible. In her book How to Do Nothing, Jenny Odell writes, "Resisting the temptation to multitask or be productive all the time is a form of rebellion against the way our society is structured. Practicing mindfulness through stillness is a way to reclaim control over your attention." If the idea of sitting still feels daunting, start small. Try setting a timer for 5 minutes and resist the urge to check your phone or distract yourself. Over time, you'll find that these moments of stillness help you become more mindful in the chaos of everyday life. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights on mindfulness and well-being. Chapter 4: Mindfulness off the mat. How to practice when life gets messy. Mindfulness doesn't just happen when you're sitting on a cushion in a quiet room. Real life is busy, messy, and full of distractions. The good news? You can practice mindfulness anywhere, even when things feel chaotic. One of the most powerful strategies is informal mindfulness. This means bringing mindful awareness to everyday tasks. For example, while washing the dishes, notice the sensation of warm water on your hands. Feel the texture of the soap and listen to the sound of the water. By paying attention to these small details, you bring yourself into the present moment, even during mundane activities. Research from Harvard shows that people's minds wander nearly 47% of the time, and this mind wandering is often linked to feeling unhappy. Informal mindfulness helps combat this by keeping you grounded in the now, whether you're at work, in traffic, or dealing with family chaos. Another great way to practice mindfulness off the mat is to use mindful listening. When someone's talking, instead of thinking about what you'll say next, fully focus on their words. Listen without judgment or the urge to interrupt. This simple act can strengthen relationships and reduce stress in social interactions. As Thich Nhat Hanh, the famous mindfulness teacher, says, "The present moment is the only time over which we have dominion." Practicing mindfulness in everyday moments gives you more control over your reactions, no matter how hectic life gets. Chapter 5: The Mind-Body Connection. Tuning into your physical cues. For mindfulness, our bodies hold a wealth of information about how we're feeling. Often, stress and tension show up in the body long before we're even aware of them mentally. That's why mindfulness isn't just about the mind, it's also about tuning into the body. A great strategy to develop this connection is through body scanning. This involves mentally scanning each part of your body, from head to toe, and noticing any areas of tension or discomfort. Studies show that body scan meditation can significantly reduce stress, anxiety, and even physical pain. Mindfulness expert Dr. Mark Williams emphasizes, the body is always in the present moment. The mind can wander, but the body is here and now. By paying attention to physical sensations, you can ground yourself in the present, which is especially helpful when emotions are running high. Breath awareness is another simple but effective way to connect the mind and body. When you're stressed, your breathing often becomes shallow. By taking slow, deep breaths, you activate the body's parasympathetic nervous system, which helps calm you down. Even just a few minutes of mindful breathing can lower your heart rate and help you regain focus. Physical movement is also a great way to practice mindfulness. Yoga or even a simple walk can help you stay mindful of how your body moves. As you walk, notice the feeling of your feet hitting the ground, the rhythm of your steps, and the air on your skin. Movement-based mindfulness brings both mental and physical relaxation. If you enjoyed this content and want to dive deeper into the world of mindfulness, make sure to subscribe for more tips and strategies to enhance your practice.